Stranger Things into the GIF, and it autocorrected to "aww."
Why?
So I'm just gonna go with this. I'm just gonna do that. Just tweet it out. There it is. Everybody. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Kind of Funny Morning Show for October 30th. It's Monday. It's almost Halloween. We've celebrated Halloween already.
We did.
Today's episode of the morning show is brought to you by kindoffunny.com/store.
Brought to you by
Gatorade. Up on the store right now, we've got the Kind of Funny Games Daily t-shirt. We've got this amazing Party Mode shirt. They are fighting a battle in my brain as my two favorite shirts that we make currently.
Yeah?
I love these shirts. They're the short sleeve. Second, very close third, I would say, is the interlocking baseball tee, which I do not wear because I don't like baseball. But I do like the 3/4 inch sleeve on this one, and as soon as someone sends me one, I will wear it.
I don't know if you have to be a fan of baseball to wear it.
3/4 inch sleeves are dope. I'm gonna say
Excuse me, 3/4 length sleeve. 3/4 inch sleeve would be about would be the world's smallest sleeve.
You look dope in that though. You can pull that off.
Thank you, I appreciate that, Kevin. Kevin, how was your weekend?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was
we
great.
all kind of had the same weekend, I imagine.
Yeah.
Halloween party,
I doubt it.
then Stranger Things, and Mario. Was that,
Yeah,
was
that's
that
what- so-
roughly close?
Stranger Things was not a part of my weekend.
No?
We chose not to watch
Why?
it this weekend. It was a lot of Mario.
You can do both though.
Yeah, I'm just not in a hurry to watch it.
What?
I like it. I just don't think it's phenomenal or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I
I didn't think
love it.
season 1 was like blow me away, awesome.
Well, we're gonna get to Stranger
Season.
Things in a little bit. First up, we have some housekeeping things. Then, followed by that, we're going to talk about some news, some horror stories. Harrison Ford, James Gunn versus Batman versus Superman, and then we're going to deep dive into.
Are
some
they all
topics
fighting?
Yeah, they're all fighting together.
Finally.
Oh, man.
Together for our nerd love, and then we're going to do some deep dives into topics of Stranger Things 2, and we might talk a little Kevin Spacey, depending on
That
the
whole
mood.
shit show.
Yeah,
God damn.
that is terrible.
Well, I'm strapping in. I'm ready to go, Nick.
Strap in, Mr. Maximo.
Ready to hit
Cortez,
the hard
because
topics.
this is the Kind of Funny Morning Show. Kevin, roll the new graphic. So one day, what I want is to have that, like, do the cold open.
Yeah.
Kind of what I just did, but a little bit smaller.
Kinda teasing all the stuff?
Tease it all, like, whet your appetite, like, ooh, they're going to talk about Stranger Things, which I love. And Kevin Spacey, who's, like, super in trouble right now for being, like, kind of the latest creeper. And then I'm going to go, Kevin, on the graphic, let's go, whoosh, geostorm
Yeah,
podcast.
hell yeah,
Right?
dude.
You're the only person here that makes graphics.
Yeah, I have only myself to blame for this. The thing is, I fantasize about what I want, like what this show could eventually evolve to be.
Sure, yeah.
Which, by the way, is not crazy or beyond what it is right now.
Right.
But it's going to be, like right now it's shenanigans. I want pure shenanigans. Like right now it's kind of like that
100% distilled, 96%
I want 100 proof
pure
shenanigans.
heroin, yeah.
I don't want the Pabst Blue Ribbon of shenanigans, you know? I
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
want the like rare Crystal Skull tequila that Dan Aykroyd distills through his own body.
Which is, I thought it was vodka, first off. Is it not vodka?
It's probably vodka.
It's
It is.
vodka.
It's vodka, right?
Yeah.
It is vodka, yeah, because like vodka at a certain point does not get higher quality. So all you're buying is the gimmick of the bottle or the celebrity who's endorsing it, you know? And so everybody sort of praises Dan Aykroyd because it's like vodka at a certain point, like obviously tequila and different liquors, like a
bourbon or whiskey.
yeah.
Sure.
They age a certain way and they have like all these like properties that make it more expensive. But with vodka,
But he actually believes that like,
vodka, there's a short ceiling on it. And from then on, you're
Yeah, I
paying
guess
for.
they don't really age vodka, do
No,
they?
yeah. At a certain
Vodka,
point.
they just pick the potatoes out of the ground and just squirt them into a bottle, and then you're rock and roll, right?
Yeah. Good to go.
So that is pretty much gimmicky.
Yeah. You're
Interesting.
buying the bottle, you're buying the name, yeah.
See, I don't know. Holy crap.
Have you seen this?
That's
my
terrifying.
God.
Is that the bottle?
Yeah, somebody like
Molded a face around
Yeah,
it?
they like I think that they're this is what
That's
they
actually
do. What is
an
it called?
awesome bottle, though.
Yeah.
To keep on, like, that would be rad to keep on your bar at home. It would scare the hell out of your
Forensic scientists. That's
I
what
did
was
see that
thinking
somebody
for.
made
it
skull
together.
pizza. Did you see this?
No.
So they have
Skull
like
pizza.
like skull, what are the like cookie sort of shaped things or whatever? But they put dough in there so that the dough forms the face of the skull, and you put pepperoni, cheese, red sauce, and shit like that, and you put it in the oven, and then it's like you bust out like a little skull ball, and you break it up in the cheese and the pepperoni. Yeah.
That's awesome
Is
looking.
this it? Is this
Yeah.
what you're talking about?
We-
The video is
were-
way cool though, because the video shows like the little.
Oh, God.
It, like,
The noise wasn't necessary, I kind of feel like.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did do a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
It reminds me of we were at the Halloween party last weekend, which everyone can, if you want to go to our various social feeds, you can see what we all dressed up as. And Jen Miller made guacamole, but she made it so it looked like a pumpkin was barfing it out of its mouth.
It was amazing.
And it looked great, but I didn't want to try it because it was so off-putting. And I was like, I'm going to stay away from this. I'm going to go straight to
You have to separate yourself from the fantasy and the reality, Nick.
The fantasy. Let me ask you this question. This is important.
Ask me.
Two questions. One question, follow-up question.
Okay.
Do you still have your costume from Saturday?
Yeah.
Second question: Are we all wearing our costumes tomorrow, and are we on the show tomorrow doing the official first annual Kind of Funny Halloween costume contest?
Yeah, 100%.
Are we doing that?
Yeah.
Now, winner. What does the winner get? Should we brainstorm about this?
I mean, should we call
Or should we just
Xavier?
take
Should
one-
we call Xavier and see if it qualifies as the world champ?
I mean, I think that's valid. I think that's very valid. I would be fine with that because there's a possibility that I might win this.
We put it on the Twitter polls.
Let's put it on the polls. Can you put a poll up?
What should we do?
No, I can't.
What should we do?
I don't have access to our Twitter right now.
What is wrong with you?
and then
This is a newer phone. I haven't
Wait,
logged
what do you
in.
mean? Just add access to it right now.
I don't have the logins.
You don't know them by memory?
Here's what
No,
I'm thinking.
God, no.
So either it's going to be an officially sanctioned championship bout,
Yep.
or winner that I will we'll say we'll let the chat, let the subscribers in the chat pick the winner, maybe something like that. Or
We'd
we
have
can
to
do
put
a
up a
poll.
poll.
We'll put up a poll. That's what
Well,
we'll
that's
poll.
what I was saying.
We'll put
Put
up
up
a
a
poll.
poll.
It's a good call.
But you can
Strong
only.
call.
Yeah, we would have to do.
We get a 4.
Is it 4 is the max?
Is that max?
I think 4 is the max. Yeah. We
We'll do
might
2
have to go
polls.
through like an alternate. You mean a 2 poll and 2 poll?
Yeah,
and
we'll
they
do a
face off?
bracket.
Oh,
We'll do a
shit,
bracket.
a round robin.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I think either
Alright.
winner gets winner gets the belt, or I'm going to throw this out at you.
Okay, I'm listening.
Winner gets to pick one thing off of Greg Miller's desk and keep it. Now, he does have his Trending Gamer Award on the
He
desk.
does have a PlayStation 4.
And he's got a PlayStation 4. So I think if you guys are cool with that, we could make that a thing. I would offer to have you guys take something off my desk, but I don't have it.
I just have to do makeup.
'Cause I'm a
That's the
clean freak.
only problem with it.
I gotta wear a cat.
Then don't win.
It's a pain. I woke up yesterday and still had like eyeliner because I couldn't remove all of it, and I looked like Pete Wentz
Oh, cool.
from Fall Out Boy.
That's pretty cool. I'm not
We're
gonna lie.
going down in the mirror. Yeah, that's him. Except
Yeah.
he doesn't sing. He's just the bassist.
Is he the one that married Nicole Richie?
No.
Who married Nicole Richie?
He was married to Mandy Moore, I think.
I saw Nicole Richie once. This was at
Who is
after the-
Pete Wentz married to?
maybe Ashley Simpson.
Peter Wentz was married to
Simpson.
Ashley Simpson
There it is.
until 2011.
Fucking
Who,
crushing
ask her
it.
who.
Until 2011, they broke up.
Of course, everyone
Yeah.
good breaks up. Ask Siri who.
What's a Siri?
Ask Google Siri who. Knock off Siri, whatever.
Siri.
Ask Google Siri who Nicole Richie was married to.
Who is Nicole Richie married to?
Nicole Richie has been married to Joel Madden since 2010.
From Good Charlotte.
Good Charlotte. That's who it
Yeah,
is.
dude.
Now I was at a Houston's down in Century City.
Lifestyles.
And this was after Nicole Richie had that show with Paris Hilton. I forget what the name of the
That's
show
hot.
was. No, it wasn't.
But,
that.
but that's what they said.
Yeah, but
Simple
that's
Life.
hot. That's hot. The Simple Life. Thank you.
Simple Life.
They had that. I think she got pregnant by the Good Charlotte guy, and I saw her at the Houston's, and I was like, wow, she is way different looking in person. She was stunning.
I always think Nicole Richie is the girl who died.
What girl died?
From the girl who died.
Cool.
From the
Can you put
Clueless
up a poll?
movie?
Can we put up a poll? Is Nicole Richie the girl who died?
From the Clueless movie.
Brittany Murphy. No,
I
that
always
was
think
sad.
that
Wow, that was so sad.
that
every
was
time
sad,
I see
sad.
Nicole Richie now, I'm like, God, like when did I thought she died?
I haven't seen Nicole. What has Nicole Richie been doing in the last 10 years?
Well, she had her own solo show.
Yeah. I remember when her and Paris Hilton had to figure out how to milk a cow. That's good television.
It's great television, dude.
It's great television.
That's what they
and
were
then
figuring
the
out
The Kardashians
content.
were like this. We can make the same show,
let's
minus
not-
actually doing anything.
Except I'm gonna milk Ray J.
Yeah.
Is what she said.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh boy, you went
How many
there.
times do you think in your life you've watched that video?
At least 4.
Yeah, me too.
4 or 5.
Sadly, and I stand by this, they have highly edited. The one you find online right now is not the original.
You
video.
told me about
It's
this.
not the original
I did not know this. We were going to get Buffalo Wild Wings the other day. Of course, with Joey in the car, we're talking about Ray J rodding her, giving her his rod, giving him his.
They're playing Thor. They were playing Thor, and
Right.
someone needed Mjolnir.
And then Nick says, "Well, did you know in the real version, like in the extended version, the non-director's cut, she got peed on by him. He peed on her." And I was like, "You're full of shit." And he's like, "No, I'm serious. Look at it." And
The thing is, you can't find it. I remember seeing it. I remember seeing that. But again, it was like 10 years ago, and they've since yanked every. Because if you watch it, there's clearly shitty ADR in it. Like, if you watch the video again, it's like there's bad porn like audio that they've just superimposed into or cut into the actual thing.
Right.
It's not the real video.
Right.
What you're seeing, ladies and gentlemen, in that video is a highly produced piece of fiction. Okay. The reality was a lot more stark, and it was a lot.
By David
hotter.
Benioff.
Way hotter. God bless him that. What the hell are we talking about? You know,
I don't know.
Let's go on one more piece of housekeeping news. This weekend, Extra Life is happening. We are streaming all day on Saturday.
That is this weekend.
It is going to be phenomenal. Some people have asked me, they've reached out and said, Nick, what about the fight? I'm figuring it out. It is possible. I will be doing a side stream while the other stream is happening with a watch along in the other room.
It's possible that Kevin and Nick will reenact the fight, move for move, blow for blow.
No, we're going to get hurt if we do that. One of us has a bad back.
that's stupid.
So I'll figure that out. But if I'm not mistaken, there's a big UFC fight this weekend. I'm pretty sure it's Bisping versus GSP. Chat, let me know if I'm wrong. If that is the case, that's what I'm thinking of. We will figure out a way. I want to watch that fight, and I do not want it spoiled for me. And I want to somehow watch it. Maybe where Cool Greg's sitting right there, so I can just get woo. You know what I mean?
Every time I hear
Shit's
GSP,
happening.
I always think of
ESP, and you're like, whoa, this dude's psychic.
No, I think of BTP, GSBTP, which is a Geek Squad Black Tie Protection. When we would sell that shit at Best Buy. Because, guys, you need to cover your devices for longer than the 1-year manufacturer warranty, okay? We cover normal wear and tear, electricity, accidental,
nobody likes you.
dust.
I don't want to get into
You're
it, but
a
I knew some
fucking
people
nerd.
they won't be named, but they would destroy the day before the warranty end, like pour water on it, throw it down the stairs. No, not me. I actually never did this. But I knew some people, and then they'd go and exchange and then sell it.
It's entirely possible that
Tim.
someone in this.
No.
We're not going to name names. It's entirely possible that someone tall, blonde, and went as Greg Miller for Halloween would buy a laptop and then the day before everyone, he would just slam coffee into it and be like, I don't know what happened, it doesn't work anymore, and then give him a new one.
Straight up though, I used to tell customers that. Like they'd be like, man, well this and that. I was like, well, I mean, you've got the protection on it. It ends in 3 weeks. Maybe you drop some Gatorade on it. And they'd be like, it's a good plan.
I would be too
And then they're like,
paranoid.
you're under arrest. We're undercover.
Yeah, we're fucking narcs. Narcs. We should start a series called Narcs where we just go around like offering people shit like that. And then when they're like, no, we don't really want it. Like, you're under arrest, narcs.
We said no.
You're like, no,
I don't want
we
it.
have no evidence. Oh my God, what are people saying in the chat here?
Saying you're crazy.
Am I crazy? Yes, it is Bisbee versus GSP.
Crazy.
Shrub Tim said, are you saying GSP or GSP?
ESP, man, he's psychic.
GSP.
Some would say that GSP is psychic because he has the foresight to look ahead and train appropriately for his opponents. He's one of the greatest all-time fighters, and I'm happy to see the man step back into the ring.
Aside from the news today, we can also get into some sports news. It was a wacky day in sports yesterday. Wacky day.
Okay. You have 15 seconds, go.
Okay. The Warriors lost at home. What the fuck? The Cavs lost against a really, really bad team. What the fuck? The Seahawks barely beat the Texans, and the Texans had this rookie quarterback who tore it up. Cowboys are now 4-3.
Baseball. That's
the
it.
Baseball World Series is crazy.
That's
14.
it.
Oh, man, there's a lot of
That's
runs.
the first ever, and hopefully last ever, Andy's 15 seconds of sports. Ladies
You
and
heard it
gentlemen.
here first,
There
guys.
it is.
You
There
heard it here
Good
first.
job.
Historic.
Where are we at with the World Series?
So yesterday.
Would it surprise you to know I haven't watched one single game of the World Series?
No, not at all. I'm not surprised by that at all. Okay. The Astros are up 3-2 in a best of 7. So the Astros need to win one more to win the World Series, their first ever World Series.
And they're playing,
The Dodgers.
and the Dodgers have gone to the World Series before.
Yeah.
Are the Dodgers good?
Dodgers are very good, yeah.
So they're just Dodgers.
So there's two things I want. There's two angles. I want the Dodgers to win for the reasons that I want Vin Scully, their former announcer. You know Vin Scully, right? Very, very famous.
West Coast, naturally.
Yeah. I want him to have one more World Series win before he eventually dies. Because he's very, very old. He's like 90, like 92, something like that.
Oh my God.
And so I want them to do it for him, but I also want the Astros to win because I have some family members who are huge Astros fans that have suffered for years and years. And this, like, the Astros have been good for the last 3 years. This year they're phenomenal. Last year, Nick, it was like, yesterday it was like 4-0 Dodgers. Then it was like 4-4 tie. Then 8-5 Astros. And then 11-8 Dodgers. And it was just back and forth, back and forth. And the Astros ended up winning 13-12.
It's unfortunate because I didn't know what time the game started. No one knew. So instead of trying to figure, like, just hanging out all day on the channel and trying to figure out when it started, I just watched Stranger Things all day instead and ate Oreo cookies.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad day, though.
My wife and I had a snacky day yesterday. We've been great all week, worked out a bunch of times, and I was like, what if we got
The goldfish.
some goldfish and some Oreo cookies?
Yeah.
And it was a great day.
Good, dude.
It was a great
Good, dude.
day, sir. Kevin, let's go into some news real quick.
Uh-huh.
First news story. Roll the graphic. Get Out and It make 2017 the biggest year in horror movie history. The New York Times reported that thanks to big horror hits like Get Out and It, 2017 has been the biggest box office year in history for horror movies. In all, the genre brought in $733 million in ticket sales. It's probably worth noting that Star Wars will do more than that. But
Get it out.
Cut it out, right? Get Out and It are the most profitable, making $175 million and $300 million respectively. And since so many horror movies are released in October, the numbers are expected to rise. While this is the biggest year in horror history, it should be noted that the genre has always been making more money over the years. And he goes into talking. What happened, Kev? What's going on?
Nothing.
No.
You saw it.
Yeah, I saw it.
You saw Get Out.
No, I didn't see
You
Get
didn't see Get Out?
No.
Ah, they're great.
Oh, dude,
Get Out's great. Get Out is great. It is a great film. If you guys haven't seen it, rent it tonight. It is really, really, really good. I have not seen It yet, though. And I'll be honest, I don't like horror movies.
You'll be very scared.
It was terrifying,
You will
regardless
be
of what
very
Tim Gettys
scared.
and Joey
Horrifying images. Like just
Horrifying.
things that just fucking make you think at night. You know?
I didn't cry, but I almost did.
Yeah, same here.
A couple people in the chat are saying Get Out is not horror. It is horror. It's horror.
it's
It's thriller.
suspense.
Suspense horror thriller.
Yeah.
It was really
Some
good.
people get fucked up at the end of that movie. Mr. Yasman300 says, this is a very long comment, but he said Bongos. I don't know what that means.
I don't think anyone
What if that's
remembers
spelled?
what
I don't know.
don't
I
think
think it's
anyone
spelled
remembers.
Bongos.
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 Bond.
Like, where
Like
is
Bon
Bond?
Scott
Where's
goes.
Bond going?
Bond stop.
Game Scott. Stop.
That's what you meant to say.
Bon Scott. There it is.
Who's Scott? Big Dick Scott.
Bon Scott.
Big Dick Scott.
He's a musician.
Cool, Greg knows.
Next news story. Harrison Ford was the reason Mark Hamill returned to Star Wars. I thought this was actually a pretty fascinating little quip. Obviously, he came back. If you played one of the most iconic movies, where does this come from? Screen Crush. If you played one of the most iconic characters of all time, you'd likely be have reservations about returning to the role 30-some years later. What if it sucked? What if fans hated you and you look like an old fool? Those were some of Hamill's fears upon being asked to return to Star Wars trilogy. Quote, I was really, really scared, Hamill said at the 2012 meeting where George Lucas told him and Carrie Fisher about plans for the new films. I thought, why mess with it? The idea of catching lightning in a bottle was ridiculously remote. The actor told the New York Times a new profile. Hamilton didn't think the fans would care to see actors in their 60s and 70s Hamilton's a musical that I have yet to listen to because I'm one of those people.
Well, more importantly, he was also based on Alexander Hamilton.
So was Mark Hamill.
Oh.
Hamill didn't think that fans would care to see the actor in their 60s and 70s running around with lightsabers, so he initially planned to turn down his cameo in The Force Awakens. While the late Fisher didn't hesitate to say yes to reprising her Leia. Quote, Carrie, not a minute went by. She slammed the table and goes, I'm in, he recalls.
Of course she is.
Fuck yes, Carrie Fisher. Ride or die till the day she put it down. You know what I mean? Just fucking ride the lightning.
The day she put it down.
The day she put it down. Hamill was certain Harrison Ford would reject the offer. Quote, he's too old and too rich and too cranky. If Ford turned it down, Hamill thought he could too, but alas, Ford signed on to bring back Han Solo and Hamill was forced to opt in. Quote, can you imagine if I was the only guy to say no? Hamill told the Times. I'd be the most hated guy in nerddom. It's very true. If he would have been the one holdout, like similar to, I don't know who the person was, but the holdout that fucked up Clerks 3,
Oh my god.
we would have been pissed.
Nobody knows who it was.
We would have been pissed.
We are.
Is that still like a secret?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think they've ever come out and said who. They just said the contract negotiations broke down with one of the actors. We're not sure who. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, if I figure out which one it is, I'm going to send him doo-doo in the mail.
Oh.
That's right.
Nick, not again.
I'm going to send poop through the mail.
You're going to do that
feces
again?
through the mail.
Damn. I don't know.
Would have sucked. That hazelnut.
What are you drinking?
Coffee. Iced coffee.
Iced coffee.
That flavored shit.
That hazelnut gets in the back of the throat.
I don't think it does, though. I think you just did that.
I think I was making myself
It's not
laugh.
like salsa that hits you in the back of the throat.
Oh, are we getting salsa for lunch today?
Oh shit.
What if we went to...
What do you mean salsa?
Lisa's?
Just salsa?
You want to go to Lisa's with the best salsa in
That's what I
town?
was thinking about.
Wait, really?
Ooh, I remember that place.
Were you actually thinking about Lisa's?
I was thinking about that. What if we ended the show right now?
I'm done. I'm over it, man.
People have been watching for 8 hours. Right? What time does Paris Games stuff start?
Nobody remembers.
7:30?
You guys were you here at 7:30?
No, fuck no.
No, it started at 7:45, I think.
You guys are out of your
7:45.
gourds.
But I was
Out of your gourds. Next news story. This is a fun little quip. James Gunn, of course, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, is tired of people bitching about Batman v Superman in his Twitter threads. Quote, every time I mention anything DC, no matter what, my feed becomes an endless screaming match about BVS, Gunn said. You guys are never going to convince each other. It's just a bunch of wasted energy. At least when you're screaming at each other about Trump, it's something of international importance, but it's a 2-year-old movie that some people like and some people don't. Why is someone else's opinion so important to you? As Marvel and DC superfans, you have way more in common with each other than you do with the rest of the world. So why do you spend so much time raging at each other? It's silly. Please stop it. Stop engaging with that. Quote, but at the very least, Gunn finished, when you do, untag me. I've muted a lot of you guys, but not all. Thanks. This is a fun little story from IGN.com. It's an interesting. It is. When people put it that way, you're like, oh, that's kind of a stupid.
Well, sure, but
argument.
at that point, arguing about anything is pointless.
Sports, for instance.
Yeah.
Useless, video games, any of those things you're arguing about.
Like, are we only supposed to argue about how shitty Trump is, or are we supposed to argue about stuff that we're really passionate about?
But
too?
at what point should you be like, you know what, we're never? It's like let's let sleeping dogs lie on this. It's 2 years. We've got the next film coming out in like a month. We can bitch about that now.
You still argue about that The Departed is bad.
I'm the keeper of it. 1 is The Departed.
And that's
Four?
an 11-year-old movie.
2.
A great 11.
How good was Blade Runner 2049? It's
pretty good.
Really good. 3.
Joey's an alcoholic.
Joey, we need to get her help.
I thought you were dropping that.
4, we're gonna leave room for Jesus, for little Jesus.
All right.
Okay.
Jesus.
Right. And 5, Batman v Superman. Is it time to finally stop arguing about that?
But you're the keeper of a question? I thought you were supposed to be the keeper of a
Fine.
You're
5.
putting your foot
It's
down.
time to stop
down.
arguing about Batman
Okay.
v Superman. Okay, Greg lost.
Because now you're just.
Greg lost.
Wait, I thought you were on Greg's side.
I am on Greg's side, but Greg is the leader of that. When you say, the South lost, right?
Nope.
No, okay.
No.
No.
Give me another. When you say
No, Hitler.
No.
Wolf of Wall Street lost, right? You say Scorsese
God.
lost. You don't talk about the PA that worked on that film. You say Scorsese lost that year, and he actually, what you say is he was robbed that year because they gave him the fucking maybe he'll never make another movie. Let's give him it for this fucking Departed movie, right? Let's give him all these accolades for Departed because maybe he'll die
It was
soon.
Revenant.
Hey, Kevin, I'm sensing a lot of wasted energy coming from right here.
Oh shit, he got you on the shit we're just talking about.
See, that's a callback to the
Oh
story.
man, that's comedy, man.
Dude.
You should do comedy, man.
You ever think about doing comedy? I do it all the time, dude.
I thought about doing comedy. I would love for you to come out with me one of these days and do a set with me.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Damn.
Agree to disagree. And we'll never come back to it because I'm the keeper of 5 things. The 5th of which is, we'll put that to bed.
Okay.
What? The 5th is, when should things be put to bed? I am the keeper. I'm the official keeper of that.
Okay.
So if you ever
You
have
think
a
there's
question,
a time frame?
when there's those large arguments, those big culturally important arguments, like is Batman v Superman a good movie, or is The Dark Knight Rises better than the 1989 Batman? I will be I will come in and give you the final word on
I
that.
don't like you being the
Didn't
arbiter
You
on
just
these
say you were
things.
the fourth, the fourth thing you were a keeper of was Batman vs Superman.
I thought it was Jesus.
No, the 4th thing, we just leave room for Jesus.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's, as you know, I'm a huge fan of Lil B, Lil Uzi Pump, Lil Vert. Lil Uzi Vert, and a Lil Pump, and now there's Lil Jesus. We're putting Lil Jesus in that mix, right? Because he had the original flow. Lil J had the original flow, if you know what I'm talking
Rhyming
about.
in the Bible.
He's just fucking kicking it, man.
Bible rhyming.
Just kicking it up there, making water into wine. Turn water into wine, and turn wine into honeys. You know what I'm talking about?
I thought you were gonna say turn water into wine, and then we're gonna rhyme.
That would have been better. That would have been better. I threw it out there. I just thought, I'm like, brainstorm, let's go. And then you took it up a notch.
Are we making a rap about the Bible?
We are making a Bible rap.
Okay.
Right?
Wait, so Boy Orgy is making a Bible rap.
Well, yeah.
Boy Orgy's third official song.
There's a lot of money in religious music, dude.
We're gonna we'll call it. The new album's gonna be called Boy Orgy, the New Testament.
Okay, man. I'm into it.
You like it?
I'm into
The first
it,
song will be Genesis. You know what I mean? But it won't be about the Bible. It'll be about the prog rock band Genesis. It'll be great.
Dude, I'm so
And then
in.
halfway through that song, we'll go. Instead of to the Bible, that's where you thought you were going to go. No, we're gonna take a left turn to go to Terminator Genesis, and it's just gonna be the rest of the rap's gonna be about that.
We're gonna throw them.
We're just gonna talk about Amelia Clark, whatever.
We're gonna pull like a Solid Snake, but you really pay as Raiden.
Yeah.
Too.
The
like,
whole time you thought we
were
were talking about the band Genesis. We're gonna actually be talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator Genesis.
Oh man, I'm in, dude. I'm so in.
The thing that they will remember about Boy Orgy later in life
is the name.
The thing that they will remember about Boy Orgy,
right?
They'll look back and they'll say their rhymes and their lyrics and their words were poetry. It had depth.
Unparalleled.
It was unparalleled. You know how you look back and you say, in the boy band era, obviously, NSYNC was the top of the. I mean, obviously, right? They had the better rhymes, they had the better songs, they had better dance moves. Their shit meant something, right?
Yeah.
They had Joey Fatone, who a lot of people don't remember when he started NSYNC.
Was 86
He was
years
a
old.
74-year-old man.
Yeah, 74.
Okay. He was
Unbelievable.
87 years old, and the crazy thing about it was his hair color was that hair color. It had just never aged. It had never gone white.
Sneaky athletic.
Because he fucking demanded that it stay the same color. It was sheer willpower kept his hair that color. Okay. They had to wheel him up onto the stage
Every night.
every fucking night.
Fucking
even on Sunday.
Sarasota,
Sometimes there wasn't even a show.
Florida.
There wasn't even a show, and he goes, I don't want to get out of the habit of being on stage. You
Right.
wheel me up there on stage. I'll
He's a
just sit
method-
there for
he's
a
a
few
method
hours.
boy bander.
He's a method boy bander, right?
Yeah.
He was the atlas upon which the world sat.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
Sure.
And he doesn't get credit for it. He does not get credit for it.
Which is bullshit,
It's
frankly.
total bullshit. Everyone's like, "Oh, Justin Timberlake, you're so awesome. You're still making great music today. Your new concert that's I think on Netflix or whatever is pretty cool to watch."
How did this conversation start?
I think I just naturally like to segue into the things I know, which are making up
What's
obscure
Chris
facts about.
Kirkpatrick doing?
Chris Kirkpatrick right now is trying desperately to win some money in Vegas. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
He had good dreads, man.
No.
He had awesome
He
dreads.
sure didn't. He
With
sure
the
did not.
goggles. He wore those goggles around the same time that I was watching Digimon, the cartoon, and Ty had the fucking goggles too. And I was like, man, dude, I gotta get myself some goggles. I gotta put some goggles on my
Did you get
forehead.
yourself some goggles?
No, I never
It's
did.
not too late.
I'll get you some goggles. Oh my God, you could actually go next Halloween as Chris Kirkpatrick very easily.
I
Very
think we should
easily.
all be Backstreet Boys or NSYNC. White jackets, everything white. I will frost my tips.
No, you
I'll
won't.
frost your tips. How does one go though? Because I feel like I could beat Joey Fatone, no further preparation. I'm Joey Fatone, right? But like, how does one prepare for
You know,
Justin
we
T
had
or
two-
Lance Bass? Can we make Kevin Lance Bass?
We have to.
Because he's the fat one?
No,
No.
Lance Bass was the beautiful one.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't
We
think
can-
there was
we
a
can-
fat one.
honest to God.
We can dye Kevin's hair
Was that NSYNC?
blonde.
The NSYNC was Lance Bass, but they didn't have a fat one. The biggest guy there was Joey Fatone.
Yeah.
The 86-year-old?
Joey Fatone was 97 years old when he started. NSYNC.
Unbelievable,
97
dude.
is fucking crazy.
I feel
He's
like the age
187
always
years
keeps
old.
moving up, but I keep,
It's wild. Well, the thing is, more new facts keep coming out. We don't know a lot about that.
we're
era.
discovering more and more.
We did it. That was before accurate records were kept about boy bands.
It was actually
sure.
all floppies, and they had lots of magnets.
It's true.
It's like in the sports era, how like they didn't start keeping records until like 1880 or whatever.
It's
in
very true.
baseball.
We just don't know. There's asterisks everywhere.
Yeah.
Joey Fatone is one living asterisk, but I know the truth because I bothered to put the time into it.
I hope one day we find out. About
I
all
hope one
these
day Joey
mysteries.
Fatone either comes on the show and either loves me or punches me in the fucking face for all the
I
shit
hope
that I've
he-
talked
No,
about.
I think he'll love you.
You think so? He
Yeah.
seems like. Fatone
Why are we
seems like the
talking
guy-
like there's a possibility that he'll
Because
come on this
anything's
show?
possible. I wouldn't have thought if we got half the people on this show that we've gotten.
Yeah, you're
but we
right.
have. Greg seems to make it work somehow. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know. Kevin, It's time for the deep dive topic. Now, I will give you this choice. Kevin is the only person who has watched Stranger Things. We can stop.
Wait, it's a shame. Cool, Greg. You didn't watch Stranger Things?
Let's do a very cursory,
Top level?
spoiler-free, top-level reacts to Stranger Things. Now, I am on episode 9. I have not finished
Holy
the series
shit,
yet.
you watched a lot of it.
I watched 8 episodes yesterday, powered largely by Oreo cookies. Okay? And a slight hangover.
Episode 9 is the last one?
Episode 10 is the last one, I think.
Are you sure?
No, I'm sorry. I just finished episode 7. There's 9 episodes, I think.
Okay, I just finished episode 7. We're in the same place.
Okay,
Nice.
great. So you finished the episode with like where she goes into Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're on the same place. Yeah. What are your thoughts on it so far? Top level.
I mean, I'm loving it.
Yeah?
I think it's really, really good. There's all these moments where it's suspenseful, and I'm like, oh shit. And
I think
strong.
I'm right there with
better.
you.
And the music,
I like it a lot.
ooh,
Music's great.
the music's so good.
The first episode, I'm like, all right, I get it. We're in the 80s, right? They really hit you over the head with Bananarama or like bands like that, right? You're hearing all these, and I'm like, okay, I get it. You guys got
See,
some
I love
license.
that though. I'm like, ooh.
I did too, but at a certain point, I was like, I get it. We're in the 80s. You got me back. Okay, I'm already in this.
They introduced new characters.
They introduced some new characters.
And
Shout out to Sean Astin. Okay, one of your hobbits is in it, so why don't you fucking watch the show?
I love Sean Astin.
I hate him.
Sean
I
Astin's
hate him
awesome.
so much.
I love
He's
him.
great in this.
He's great in this, though.
But in
he
like,
plays the
fucking
best character.
Lord of the
in
Rings,
this.
I was just like, God, you know.
We're introduced to a lot of new characters. We're introduced to a lot of new plot lines, and I would say the one thing that they've done really well with this season. First off, I think this season's better than the first season.
Lord of the Rings?
I'm enjoying this one vastly more, largely because of the first season, because the world that's set up is so cool that I think we can just jump right back in. And I think I saw some early reviews that are like, it takes forever to get into it. I'm like, you guys are fucking crazy.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like they're
I'm
throwing
really
stuff
into this.
at you right away.
Yeah,
and it's
right
like,
off the
hey,
bat, we're right
look
back
at these
into this
new
thing.
characters and hang out with them. You know, it's like yes,
it's super cool.
Yes,
I'm really into it. I like that they've said, okay, we've developed this world. We're just going to take it a little bit farther now. We're going to expand it a little bit more. You're going to get a lot more of the backstory of what's going on.
Yep.
They're hinting at a lot of other things that I think are cool, which, no surprise, is probably not going to get wrapped up in this season. We'll see a lot of those elements in season 3. Like last night, it was one of those reminders of why Netflix is so fucking good. I hit episode 7. My wife got the sleepy eyes. She was like, I gotta go to bed. I'm like, you knew what you were getting yourself into when you married me, okay? And when we got the we got a whole row of Oreos left, and we got 2 episodes left.
Ream?
that's actually what they're called.
The ream.
Yeah, that's a full
Like a ream of paper?
A full box of Oreos is a ream of paper. Yeah.
A ream?
A ream of
We'll say
Oreos.
column.
Sorry.
We'll just say column. I have a whole column left, right?
We have a ream of paper of Oreos.
And so I was basically like, I'm gonna clearly win this argument with my wife, right? Because I've got logic on my side.
Sure.
And then she went, no, I'm sleepy. So I have to watch the next 2 episodes.
It's when you throw alcohol at her eyes, dude.
What?
Alcohol at her eyes.
Man, I don't know about that.
I had the opposite experience where Paula was like, ooh, man, let's watch one more. And I was like, if we watch one more, there's only one left.
Yeah.
And we were not
It's over too fast.
It's already like 1.
How long are the episodes? Are they still
40
like
minutes.
40?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Nick, does that sound right? I mean, I think
Yeah,
that
they're about 45 minutes.
They
change a little bit, but average 40 to 45 minutes.
But-
Some people are saying that episode 7 had people very angry. It is a divisive episode. It is not, in my opinion, as good as the episodes that came before that.
It's like the Fly episode from Breaking Bad.
No, it just...
Barrett hit me up and he was saying, yeah, episode 7 was hard, you know, like, wasn't that great? And
Well,
I was like,
because the thing is, by episode 7, there's so many different storylines happening, but I think when you
I feel like episode 7 is the first little culmination of a bunch of stories.
It was, and it needed to happen.
Yeah.
But it also took you a little bit out of the main storyline, and I think, and the main story world, and up until that point, everything that was happening there was like, what the fuck, right? And then we're out of that for a second. I totally get why. Like me personally, I was like, okay, this is a good place to stop because you've killed the pace a little bit, and we got to build that back.
See, I like that. I felt like that buildup went to something. It hit its like climax, and it's like, well, now we need to bring in, change things up for those people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that's where they went like, here's what's happening on this side.
I love it. Rad Rye Guy says, shout out to Radio Shack. Lulz.
Yeah.
There are still some Radio Shacks
R.I.P.,
around, are there
man.
not?
There are. No.
Very few.
Very few.
Very few.
But nothing screams 80s more than Radio Shack. to me.
Yeah, dude.
Radio
didn't
Shack
like-
and Domino's Pizza are like the 80s.
I didn't
What?
like the setup of that Radio Shack. It looked
The
like
year
he was just
2015 and 16 really reminds me of
Nick?
Domino's
Is that
too.
what Radio Shack was like back
Have
then?
you ever been to a Radio Shack that you like the setup of?
Yeah, dude. The Westlake Radio Shack. I loved it.
Oh man.
I can tell you where all the resistors were.
Oh man. No, thank you. I just love Sean Astin. I love that. Seeing Sean Astin back in the 80s setting is just the best thing.
It
on the
just feels
planet.
right.
It just feels fucking right. My wife was like, "Who's that again?" I was like, "The Goonies. Have you seen The Goonies?" And she's like, "Yeah, I've seen The Goonies. What else was he in?" I was like, Encino Man,
He's
and
great
then
in
Lord of the
Encino Man.
Rings. Those are the only three things I could think of that Sean Astin was in.
Oh, Mr. Frodo.
Oh, Mr. Frodo.
He's the only reason why the fucking world was saved. Middle Earth was saved because of him.
Samwise Gamgee did actually save it. Frodo was a bitch.
You know what I've been
Frodo
saying
bitch.
for a
Frodo
long
got
time?
fucking stung by Shelob the spider, and then Samwise came out and fucking fucking fought her,
with
dude.
his big ass feet.
Yeah.
I'm not feet shaming, but those motherfuckers had big ass feet.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of their traits, yeah. Big,
Hairy feet, big hairy feet.
leathery.
I'm just saying, you want to make a lot of money, you go to fucking Hobbit Town as a plastic
Oh.
surgeon, and you're like, I can take those feet down.
They're
couple
making a
sizes
good
for you.
point in
They don't
chat.
wear- they don't wear
he was in a
shoes.
little movie called Rudy.
Oh my god! Shoot me in the head. How did I forget that?
And a little movie?
Rudy.
I mean, that was me
Come on.
kind of
Rudy.
joking.
Yeah, no,
Remember
I
at the
get it.
end-
That's what I'm saying.
Remember at the end, the guy's like this? Rudy. Rudy.
Can
And
you
then
give him
everyone
the
started
one right
shouting.
there, Kevin?
Ready? I'm gonna do it right now. Rudy. Rudy. And then everyone started going, Rudy.
I don't remember that.
Rudy. Rudy.
Yeah, I remember that,
And
yeah.
then he's like, should I stay in? Should I stay in? And he's like, stay in, stay
They're
in.
like, no, get the fuck out.
And they're like, stay in, stay in. And then he sacks the quarterback.
And he
It
tore his ACL.
was great.
That was a really bad injury over the weekend. Zach Miller. I don't know what position he plays. I
You
think
have
he plays tight end.
5 seconds, go.
He scored a touchdown and his leg broke in the most gross way. But here's the really sad, tragic part of it. He may lose his leg.
Oh, fuck, never mind. I'm not
To
gonna
the
make a
point
joke about that.
where the
How?
like, it broke in a way that it's like where they're like it was Adam Schefter who tweeted out Zach Miller. Doctors are trying to save Zach Miller's leg, not only his career. Like
Oh my god.
yeah,
That's terrible.
terrible. He plays tight end.
make fun of that?
I'm not making fun of him. I'm just bringing
God,
up a
Andy,
point.
that's terrible. Don't make
terrible
fun of
news.
people like that.
I'm not making.
It's fucked up,
I had to bring
dude.
up news. Finished Big Mouth over the weekend.
Yeah.
Loved it. Great. I'm
Okay.
super excited they're making season 2. It's really funny. You should really watch it. I'm fucking
It's next.
drilling to your brain.
It's next on my queue.
It's your wife will hate it. It's very, very
I
crude.
will. I'll watch it when she goes to bed.
There's a lot of jerk off and semen jokes, and it's
Right up my
kids.
alley.
It's kids growing up, right?
Right up
Learning
my
about their
alley.
bodies.
It's just like Stranger Things.
and then I watched episodes 3 and 4 of Mindhunter.
Where are you at with Mindhunter?
Mindhunter is so weird. The parts that I love, and the parts that
like
I
it.
hate,
I'm done.
I fucking hate.
I
them.
gave the show 3 episodes, and I'm like, it's not a bad show. It's just so drastically tonally different that it's not what I want right now.
There are so many scenes that are kind of shoehorned in there that I feel like that could have been a deleted scene.
Yeah.
Why was that there? That part makes 0 sense. I will say in episode 4, I'm just gonna spoil it for you real quick. They get funded.
Oh, cool.
For all of the stuff that they're trying
Yeah, that makes
to
sense.
work on.
Cool for them.
Yeah, so that's like that kind of like opens up a big new world of possibilities for them, where they can go out and keep talking to these psychopaths. The scenes with Edmund, I forgot his last name, the tall, big murderer
big
guy.
murderer guy.
He comes out more, and his scenes are even more interesting. And
Oh, that guy's great. That guy's a
the
phenomenal
high
actor.
points are so high, and the low points are just like, what was that for? What's that scene
It's just
for?
ultimately, there's not enough there for me. I think the show is good. It's just not for me.
It's
I think it's beautifully made, and I think the tone of it is going to get a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to like it. I just was hoping it would be a little bit more plot driven, and it's not.
a friend of mine texted me who didn't know that I have watched it yet, and she was like, "Oh my God, have you seen Mindhunter? It's the new True Detective." I was like, "No, it's not.
No, it's definitely not.
It's nowhere near as
You watch
good."
season 1 of True Detective. We don't talk about season 2, but you watch season 1, and there's that thing where Matthew McConaughey just cuts to him, and he's staring at that little mirror, and you're like, "What the fuck is he
Season
doing?
1
What
of
is
True
he
Detective
doing?"
is the best.
It's one of the best
fucking,
series,
like 8-hour
seasons
series of
shows
all time.
ever.
Oh my God, I
Ever.
love it. I need to rewatch it because I haven't seen it since the
Well, they're
first
doing
time.
season 3, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
yeah, can't wait.
That's gonna be good.
Can't wait.
Let's keep Justin Lin where he belongs on Fast and Furious, ladies and gentlemen. He's come back tonight for 9 to 10. It's gonna be
Edmund
great.
Kemper, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Super Pro and Not What's Good
Not what's
and Honeyboo.
good. Kevin,
Yo.
we have a few more minutes. Let's go into this next news story, which is it's just fucking heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. This comes from Variety.com. Over the weekend, Kevin Spacey is the latest in Hollywood actors or Hollywood people who are being accused of sexual misconduct. He's been accused by Star Trek Discovery actor, whose name is Anthony Rapp. This is an insane story. Obviously, this is the latest in a wave of sexual harassment and sexual misconduct stories coming out of Hollywood. This breaks my heart. I'm a big Kevin Spacey fan, but the story is pretty insane. This has been updated since it came out. Kevin Spacey said he does not remember having behaving inappropriately with Anthony Rapp in 1986, but that if he did so, quote, I owe him the sincerest of apologies. His statement on Twitter also said that he chooses to live now as a gay man and wants to deal with this honestly and openly. Quote, Star Trek Discovery actor Rapp has accused Spacey of making a pass at him when he was 14 years old after he attended a party at Spacey's New York apartment in 1986. In an interview with BuzzFeed, Rapp said he attended the party on his own after befriending Spacey and was the only non-adult there. Becoming bored, Rapp went into a bedroom and watched TV until after midnight. When he realized no one else was left in the apartment at that point, Rapp said that Spacey entered the bedroom, picked him up, and climbed on top of him in a sexual advance. Spacey would have been 26 at the time. Quote, my memory was that I thought, oh, everybody's gone. Well, yeah, I should probably go home, Rapp said. Spacey, he recalled, sort of stood in the doorway, kind of swaying. My impression when he came in the room was that he was drunk. Rather than saying anything, Rapp said Spacey picked me up like a groom picks up a bride over the threshold, but I don't like squirm away intentionally because I'm like, what's going on? And then he laid down on top of me. Rapp explained that he couldn't remember how long Spacey was on top of him, but after a short amount of time, he was able to squirm away. Spacey, so that's crazy. In a response to that, people, obviously, Variety reached out for comment. Spacey took to Twitter to respond to this. And this is what he said, quote, I have a lot of respect and admiration for Anthony Rapp. As an actor, I'm beyond horrified to hear this story. I honestly do not remember the encounter. It would have been over 30 years ago. But if I did behave then, as he describes, I owe him the sincerest of apologies. That would have been deeply inappropriate drunken behavior, and I am sorry for the feelings he described having carried him with him all these years. Now, if he had just stopped there, I think it would have been a completely different story.
Right.
But he goes on to say, the story has encouraged me to address other things about my life. I know that there are stories out there about me, and some have been fueled by the fact that I have been so protective of my privacy. As those closest to me know, in my life, I have had relationships with both men and women. I have loved and had romantic encounters with men throughout my life, and I choose now to live as a gay man. I want to deal with this honestly and openly, and that starts with examining my own behavior. Now, this is effectively him coming out as a gay man, which in and of itself, not a bad thing. But doing that in retort,
trying to bury the lead in a way
to the sexual allegations, have everyone going crazy.
Yeah.
Craig, you want to chime in on this?
Not the best PR move. Not the best.
No, terrible, right?
Hey, I don't maybe remember the sexual advances, but hey, I'm gay.
Yeah.
Everyone look at me, I'm gay.
A lot of people in the gay community are saying, hey.
Yeah.
This is you can't use the there was one quote that I thought was appropriate where he was like, Kevin Spacey just showed us there is actually a time where that's inappropriate to come out of the closet.
Yeah.
Like up until this point we didn't think we could find one, but this is the one moment where you shouldn't come out of the
I did see another tweet that said like we as the gay community have been fighting against where people think that gay people are predatory. And we've slowly crawled out of that hole.
Right.
And now you're just bringing that back to us. You're like, how fucking dare you do this? Like,
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because I think I feel like he could have fielded that, stopped at that first paragraph, and that could have been a situation where, I'm not saying you come back from that, and I'm not saying that this is necessarily something that is going to destroy Kevin Spacey. I'm just saying he addressed it in a head-on manner, and I respect that. And I think he could have opened up the dialogue with Anthony Rapp and potentially had something very positive come out of it. But unfortunately, and I don't think this is a matter of him trying to sweep things under the rug and saying, hey everyone, here's the story, right? The real story is that I'm gay, not that I sexually abused a 14-year-old. I think that he was trying to say, look, I'm explaining the sort of difficulty I've had with this over the years, and that I am, I have been dealing with these issues for a very, very long time. And right now, just so that everyone knows, this is who I am, and I feel confident that I can explain this to people. It's just unfortunate that those two things had to be in the same paragraph on Twitter, which, by the way, is the absolute worst place to be doing anything.
I think we still have to remember that, like, 14 is 14.
That's very young.
Of all the bad things, this is still about a 14-year-old child who is,
Being abused by a 26-year-old.
Yes, it's just like, oh man, awful news.
And
dude.
it's weird. It's weird
Terrible.
because you're like 26-14. That's a wide gap. That's a wide margin. And then you start asking yourself, is there? Nope. There's no real age unless you're under the age of 18 legally that you're allowed.
I mean,
to
this would still be awful and
mess
fucking
around with a
terrible
14-year-old.
if a guy said, "Hey, I was a legal age and was almost abused by Kevin Spacey." But the fact that he was 14 just somehow it makes it like I didn't think it could be worse.
It's fucked up on a few levels.
Yeah, man, it's terrible.
It's fucked up. First Harvey Weinstein, now Frank Underwood. What are we gonna do? Our world has been shooken. That was my attempt to bring levity to the situation, and that was a terrible joke. I should not have done that. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Of course, if you guys want to speak to us and ensure that your thoughts are heard, you can tip us. We accept tips at the $5 above level, and we will read pretty much anything you write in there, as we have proved over the years, even the worst possible things, which a lot of you do.
Nope, that's not true.
Secondly, if you're gonna give us a tip, okay, and your Twitter handle is not hilariously funny, rethink your life. Rethink your life. Okay. At some point I'm gonna start holding a competition, a monthly competition for the
Twitter handle or Twitch handle?
Excuse me, Twitch handle.
Okay.
The person with the best Twitch
Well,
handle.
no, on the tip,
Gets
you
my
can
respect.
put whatever handle you want, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. I kind of forgot about that.
That's what I'm talking about. Phil and Magooch, I think, was one of them. Or like, that's a funny one that comes to mind. Phil Magooch.
Walk and Talking Stephen Hawking.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
One I haven't seen in a long time. Did he change his name?
He might have. Walk and Talking Stephen Hawking. If you're still in the Twitch chat or you're around, let us know, man. We miss you.
He changed it to something else.
Probably.
And he told us, and we're like, oh, we'll never forget.
I respect that. It's just Mr. Yasman 300. He just keeps changing it to everything.
Where are we starting? Are we starting with tips?
Yeah, we'll go with tips now. I don't think there's too much more to that story other than it's just an unfortunate set of circumstances. The one good thing about not to be silver lining oriented, but the one good thing about all of this stuff is it really is keeping the conversation going. And it sucks to say I don't mean to say that like this is a good thing that Anthony Rapp came out and said this or that he was abused. I'm just saying that people are now empowered to share these stories.
Right.
And I really do, hopefully, fingers crossed, hope it's changing the culture in Hollywood.
Right, absolutely.
Because this kind of behavior is unfortunately been the norm for a very, very long time, as we've seen, obviously, starting off with Cosby, and I think now with Harvey Weinstein and a lot of the other people that are coming on the heads on the chopping block. I'm hoping that, at the very least, like the way people talk to each other changes, right? I mean, I hate that things have to be negatively incentivized, but I feel like if anything, if at least there are some guys down in LA that are, or in the entertainment industry that are inappropriately acting toward people, at least maybe they'll think twice now, you know?
Yeah.
Or companies that are sheltering these people will be like, we can't sweep shit like this under the rug. We really do have to take these things head on now because it sucks because they're going to be doing it not because it's the right thing to do, but because, oh my God, the consequences of this shit coming out are bad.
Yeah.
But we have to start somewhere, is all I'm saying. And so, you know.
This is the jumping off point, I think.
It sucks, but hopefully we'll look back on this 10 years from now and be like, wow, really good positive change has been affected. And I honestly think you'll start to see better products come out of Hollywood because of that. Because you can, I don't know how people can create in an environment like that.
Right.
And I feel like if you make a better environment, you cultivate that better environment, you get this. And this is pretty cool.
This is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. You get Cool Greg sitting over there just chilling.
Greg.
How much of the beard are you going to grow out, Cool Greg?
I bought a razor, the head one yesterday, but then at dinner on Friday, you told me, you know, hey, I'm gonna give you a compliment. Don't go and just cut off all your hair.
You do what you want to do with your hair.
So no, he's not cutting.
Yeah, Nick told Cool Greg, hey, the last time I complimented your hair, you just shaved it all off. He was like, so I want to compliment you, but I also don't want to. Which is a good point from you. Because I don't want to see those luscious locks leave.
Cool Greg got super offended.
Let me cut it for you. No, wait for Extra Life.
Michael 496 brings up a very good point. He says, kind of makes you rethink all those boy orgy jokes, doesn't it? Makes you think of those differently. No, it doesn't.
It's weird that you would even say that, though.
Yeah. It's strange, man. I don't know where your head's at right now, but clearly we're joking on that. It boils down to intent. Obviously, we're obviously not going out there saying, hey, go find yourself a boy
organization.
Yeah, it's just the John Boyega organization.
Yeah.
It's just short for that.
That's
I don't understand why.
I forgot Boyega was a part of the joke.
I don't know.
Is it?
Never forget. I'm sure John Boyega wouldn't want to be a part of that joke. Especially now. All right, let's go into some tips. And then I feel like we should get Lisa's today. I'm just putting that out there.
I'm down, dude.
I don't know if I can go.
What?
I'll ask Greg.
Why not?
Because I was going to go do the thing with him.
What are you going to do?
So record some Let's Plays or some shit.
Record some Let's Plays.
Fuck.
Oh, you know
Oh,
what?
you
There's a
got this thing.
PSVR thing.
That's right. I don't know if we're supposed to talk
There's a
about that.
PSVR thing. Sorry.
If you want, obviously you guys can give us a tip at the $5 above level. We will read that tip just like DJ Kento has done 4 times right now. We will also read messages that are given to us via bits. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Bits.
Bits are a thing, so if you guys want to donate via bits as well, you can accrue them in all sorts of manners, ways that I will never fucking understand because I don't pay attention to that shit. But if you do, great, fantastic. Just like Greg Yankee did. It says cheers times 250. I don't know what that means. It's probably, I don't know if it meets the threshold or not, but we're gonna read it anyway. Hashtag zombie crate, hashtag bongos, hashtag gambling. Scarecrow Nest just gave us,
Cheered 300.
there you go.
We're not using the right terminology.
No, we're
for this.
definitely not.
There's not a chance that we are.
Now, Hairdude182 says, just got here. Wow, what is happening?
I don't know, hair dude. 182.
Zeos gave us a cheer as well. Our first tip today comes from Jackal Hammer. Says, please make the 3/4 inch sleeve shirt you were talking about. Revolutionize the fucking shirt game. Fucking keep that sweet,
That long.
sweet, thick rumped chicken for me. We're in, man. I mean, if you guys want it, we will do it. We're in the business of giving the people what they want.
Right.
What? No, I wasn't in on that.
3/4
inch sleeve shirt.
What about
We're gonna make that a thing now.
nobody?
Which, by the way,
It would just be like the seam of the
yeah,
like
but
that.
it's like a muscle tee, but just a little bit more of a sleeve.
Yeah.
I'm in, man. I'm
You
fucking
guys
in.
so much.
It would keep me from having to roll up my sleeves so my biceps look bigger. DJ Kanto's given us a tip and said, there's a new Spider-Man PS4 trailer in 4K. The character faces are terrifyingly realistic. Uncanny Valley to the extreme. I know that's for the game show later, but wow, it is creepy
No,
looking.
the game show already happened.
The game show already happened. We can take a look at it if you want.
No.
Nah, fuck it.
I thought I saw it. I think it looked fine. Yeah, I don't have any creepy vibes from it. Not at all.
Well, a lot of people say you're a creep.
A lot of people do say you're creepy.
What?
A lot of people say you're the nicest,
to each
least
their own.
creepy person here. And then some people say you're creepy.
Andy, I want you to know that was a lot of like resentment I had towards Nick, and I actually didn't mean it at all towards you.
Oh, okay.
So
I
I'm
appreciate it.
What was that, Nick?
Okay. I'm the creepy one.
Last of Us 2
Is that what we're
trailer,
saying?
huh? Looked pretty good.
DJ Kento has given us another tip. Says Kevin. I like that DJ Kento just basically fact checks the entire time and then tips. You can put these in the, you can put all these in the chat if you want to, but I appreciate the extra
we
dollars.
appreciate
DJ
the
Kento.
money, though.
Appreciate that. Says Kevin Smith.
But thank you,
Has
DJ
said it was
Kento.
Jeff Anderson, aka Randall, that made Clerks 3 fall apart. He's not an actor and he doesn't like fame. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He did say that. I apologize.
I had heard
Wasn't it
that.
about royalties though, or something like that?
No.
No, it was
Microphone,
about-
Kevin.
I had heard that as well, but I don't think he ever said Randall though.
We all assumed it was Randall. I was being facetious. We all assumed it was Randall.
everybody assumed it was Randall.
Because everyone else was like, we're fucking stoked. He was like, nah, we're good. That sucks. But
Well, the other guy
also,
wants to be
I'm
an
just
actor.
throwing it out there. You don't need Randall.
No, you fucking do. Shut your
I
mouth.
don't know
it's
a
true. You
goddamn
do
thing
need
about
Randall.
Randall's one of the best characters.
I don't know a damn thing about it. Lord of the Rings is better than Clerks.
No,
Eh.
it isn't. That's not even funny.
I'm going to give you the option. I'm going to give you the option. You pick. You have to swallow one of these things. Because of that stupid ass statement.
It's
DJ
not a stupid ass statement. Are
DJ
you
Kanto has
kidding
given
me?
us a... There's no one on the planet
Are you fucking
that
kidding
likes
me?
Lord of the Rings more than Clerks.
You're fucking.
I don't know.
Right.
That's
Kevin,
the worst
Kevin,
statement.
I don't know if I can defend this one.
You're right.
This one might be indefensible.
No, Nick's right.
I'd rather watch Clerks 3 times than a Lord of the Rings movie.
Yep.
I'd rather watch Clerks 1 and 2 back to back all day than have to watch another one of
Man.
Lord of the Rings movies. I just found those movies unbelievably slow and boring.
Fucking boring.
And again, I fucked up. I read the book the night before watching every single movie, so I was like, and the books are kind of boring
You
too.
did
and
this
slow.
to yourself.
I did myself a great disservice. I should have I tried to be smart. I was like, I want to be a smart kid, and be able to be. I wanted to be that guy who was like, well, and the books were different because yada yada yada. Turns out Peter Jackson also read the books and made the movies exactly like the fucking books.
Not
There's no
exactly.
need.
Oh my
There's
God,
no
he
need to read
made
the
it
books.
There's a lot of
so
missing stuff.
boring. He
There's
made
no
it
need.
so-
No need. If I had
read
not
the
read the
books.
books, I think I would have loved that series. But then I also don't like the soundtrack from it
Why?
because it doesn't. It's too slow and weird. That's okay.
doesn't even sound
But I'm
right.
talking about the one.
It doesn't sound like that.
It's like Galadriel, I'm running toward you. Thank you, Elf Lord of the Rings, Orlando Bloom.
Man.
I'll tell you one thing right now, though. Orlando Bloom fucking rocked it.
Yes,
He was the
did.
best part of that.
He was awesome. Gimli was great, dude. Remember when they're like, he was like, I never thought I'd die fighting side by side with an elf. And then
Orlando Bloom's like-
he looks at him and goes, what about a friend? And he goes,
Aw.
I Such a good fucking moment, dude.
That was a good.
It was a good moment.
Good moment.
That was a good moment.
The one.
It was.
fucking good
Can you tell me
line
where that
9
moment is in the
hours.
15 hours of movie so I can go back and watch
It's
it?
in Return of the King.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that 3-hour-long movie, which part is that at? Is it the van? That doesn't matter. Hey,
hate
Greg,
that.
what's up?
Nothing saying hey.
You about ready to rock and roll? Do I need to get him out of here for this thing that
No,
you're doing?
he's going to Lisa's.
Oh, I thought he was going to the VR thing.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
weren't listening when I said I'm going to Lisa's. I said I'm in. I hate you guys.
I said that thing too. I don't know. Yeah.
Greg, you know what
It's,
sucks?
the impressions are embargoed. I don't know. Just let's stop saying it.
Okay.
Fair point. Fair
I
point.
didn't say it.
Greg's gonna go play The Last of Us 3. They're previewing The Last of Us 3 for him.
3.
Yeah, already.
Just going straight
yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
Well, you guys heard it here news. You guys can quote that.
You heard your news.
Hear it here news. Yada, yada, yada. All right, let's go into PS I Love His Best Friend XOXO. Of course, this is your opportunity to nominate someone in our community you feel is doing just an awesome job at being a human being. You can go to kindoffunny.com/bestfriend to fill out that form, just like McFortune Cookie did for Mr. Mark Freeman. Yay!
Mark Freeman.
So I'm shouting out Mark Freeman, a.k.a. the Indie Boy 1.
Martin Freeman from The Hobbit.
For a couple of reasons. One, he's an extremely active member of the Kind of Funny community and always seems to be such a positive person. He's a huge fan of Cooking with Greggy as well.
Yeah, he is.
And number 2, and more importantly, I want to shout him out for his selection of profile pictures.
You didn't finish DJ Kento's final tip.
I did
Get
not.
back to it.
I will. I'll over that.
Yeah.
He makes sure people know he means business. Thanks, Callum McEwen, a.k.a. Mr. Fortune, he said. Mark Freeman is the G. Mark Freeman is one of those guys that I see all the time. All the time. In my dreams, in my nightmares, on the streets,
In the sewers.
in London.
Just kind of prowling everywhere.
Now, that was actually when I did the meet and greet in London. He was like #1 to show up, and I was like, "What up?" It was really fun. It was good to see him. Shout that out. Let me go back to tips real quick because I fucked that up. I think I went on a rant.
Bye, Greg.
Greg, you
He says, Nick, stay with Mindhunter. It's about to blow you
the last.
with really good plot-driven. I assume he means away.
It's about to blow you.
It's about to blow you with really good plot-driven story. The main character story. It's Breaking Bad in the FBI dude.
Okay.
Is he a serial killer? That'd be
I'm
cool if he
going to
was.
stick with it. You stick with it.
You stick with it,
So
you
here's
tell
what
me that's
happens. Throughout the episodes, they keep, at the beginning of the episode, they keep highlighting a certain person that we don't know who it is. He's not any of the two people that we know. Like it always, you know how it always like switch places between where the
Sure.
like they're in California now, Sacramento, and they're over here. Well, it keeps going back to this one guy in Kansas. And it keeps just like, it just shows a really weird, ominous sort of clip of him doing something weird. And you're like, I gotta keep my eye on this motherfucker.
Maybe I'll go back
And
to
then it goes back to the city where the two main FBI agents
Right.
are conducting the business. But
Right.
you kind of get the sense that like there's something looming in the darkness. And it is the Mindhunter. I kept making jokes about that, like, man, what am I gonna do with the serial killer? I'm gonna hunt his mind. And I'm like, Mindhunter. It's like, it sounds like a really
It's
shitty show.
Mindhunter. Fuck yeah.
Andy, did you finish it?
Huh?
Did you finish it?
No, I finished episode 4.
You let me know. If you say it's good and DJ Kento says it's good, I'll give it a watch.
Okay.
I want a 2-party system to go across the aisle and agree with each other on this.
My part.
I need both parties.
Does one of them have to be Andy?
Yes.
Speaking of which, man.
Looks like a beard hair is
What's
in
up
my
with all
mouth.
this
Do you ever get
FBI stuff in Trump? It's great.
What's that?
All this FBI stuff in Trump.
Oh, we'll
great.
see. Some of the indictments are starting to come out. We'll see what happens there.
Hell yeah.
We'll see what happens there. I like how all this stuff started coming out, and he just immediately went on a rant about how
Do
Hillary
something!
Clinton- do
Like-
something. People are like, you're the
He's
president.
fucking terrified. I love it.
Oh man, I love following comedians because they always I don't follow Donald Trump because I just refuse to give him
Me
a follow.
too, same here.
But I love following comedians because they always quote tweet with the best possible shit.
Yeah.
And I think there was one tweet that I forget what he was talking about. Oh, it was
The gift from Spaceballs.
no, there was a different show
Oh.
where Trump was like he was talking about he was like I know this he's like I'll get back to tweeting presidentially in a second, but I just wanted you guys to know that the horribly low-rated show, I
Yeah.
forget whose show he was bashing, is just deplorable, horribly. And I think it was Drucker that was like, thank you for getting back to tweeting presidentially. We really missed that. Like, we were just like, what the fuck it was. It was just funny.
Yeah, they posted a gift from Spaceballs where Darth, what's his name? Helmet? No,
Dark Helmet.
Dark Helmet is talking. He's like, it's him, and then the next guy who's in line of succession, and the next guy, and he's like, do something, and the other guy goes, do something, and the other guy goes, he picks up the radio, do something. Like, it's like so perfect. I love what's happening right now.
Spaceballs is a special thing.
Yeah,
And I hope they bring it back one day.
they
I
probably never will. Maybe the Wayans brothers bring it back.
No.
Actually, if they did it well, it could be funny.
Right.
But what I'm thinking is Spaceballs You know, I'm not gonna finish that statement.
I love when the black guys like combing the desert with the
with
the big comb, and they're like, "And what did you find? We ain't found shit."
It's like nothing. What about you? Hey, we ain't found shit.
but he's using an afro.
He's using a pick.
Yeah, the pick.
It's so
It's
fucking
so good. dude.
I don't know how they got away with half that shit. I'll be honest with you. Like,
funny.
I think we did a topic about this on GOG one time, but I was like, how the fuck did Mel Brooks get away with any of that shit? Like, that was what it was. Movies that can't be made today.
Yeah.
And like, Blazing Saddles was. And obviously all satire and commentary, but some of the shit they say in that, you're like, dude, even like, that's fucking far out there, man. Like, you are going there. But they were able to do it, and God bless them for it. What do we got? Oh, giveaway. It's giveaway time, guys. Today we're giving away one game. There's no sponsor. So if you guys didn't know, each and every day we reach into our little grab bag of game codes and throw one out there to one lucky winner. There's 4 ways to win. You can be in the Twitch chat right now. You can watch live with us, as so many of you are. You can be a subscriber, one of the chosen few. Where you can go to, if you have Amazon Prime, by the way, you get one free Twitch Prime subscription, which you have to re-up every month. It's a pain in the ass, but we really appreciate those of you out there that have done it. You can go to patreon.com/kindoffunny or patreon.com/kindoffunnygames and support us at the $2 or above level, and that gets you an amplified chance to win. Today's game that we are giving away is Tekken 7 and its subsequent DLC on Steam.
That's a good one.
It's a good one. That's not bad. So you get 2 codes for that. You get Tekken 7 and the DLC on Steam, and that is going to Kind of Funny Patreon supporter Timothy D. Skehan.
Timothy,
Skihan?
you won the code.
Scan.
Timothy, you won the code. Won the code. Won the code. Well, I didn't want any more claps, I guess. Still going. Still going with the claps.
Let's take some questions, comments, concerns, compliments, or just some corrections.
Yeah.
Let's do that. I like when Greg does that. What are the corrections of the show? And then people go, oh, you were wrong about 90% of the things. He's like, okay,
like-
I go Akbar.
Did you say he's Akbar? Like General Akbar?
Let's go to the
Let's
chat.
go to Lisa's, man.
I'm excited about this. Shrub Tim says, Sean Astin's best performance, only a few seconds. He's given us a link there. Let's watch that. Can you find that link, Kevin?
Frog and Bullshit says, Andy, have you ever had I have a bad feeling about this moment and it really happened? Something bad really happened?
Well, he was really hesitant to come work here.
Yeah. And it's all just...
Oh, no. All right, let's...
Oh, it's Sean Astin!
Yeah, that's what he...
Oh, sorry.
Do you want me to show this, or...?
No. Because I don't want... I have a feeling this is going to get us claimed, because Corey Feldman's fucking crazy. If you want, go watch the Corey Feldman video that he did, where he kind of dresses up like Michael Jackson.
We didn't talk about that at all.
We didn't, actually.
Is it weird that there's like a $10 million, like, when I hit it, I'll put out this information?
Yeah, it's
Because I
very
was like,
strange
man,
that
that's
he's doing
interesting.
that.
That's an interesting
Oh,
way
you mean
to-
all the sexual abuse claims?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
the
went out there and said if you
pedo
think
circle.
sexual abuse against women is bad, in Hollywood there's a massive pedophilia problem, and that he's going to, if he hits, I think, was it 10 million?
10
Which he
million.
will donate to charity? What's he doing
No,
with
I
that
think it
money?
was to, like, keep himself protected.
Oh, so when he gets sued, he can fight off the lawsuits?
I mean,
He's just putting that straight.
it sounded like it, like, protected from, like, getting murdered.
Oh, interesting.
That's what it sounded. I mean, he just said protected.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm sure it's for lawsuits.
I'm sure it's probably for lawsuits. Anyway, he said he was going to, as soon as he hits that threshold, he will be opening up the floodgates of pedophilia in
He's coming-
Hollywood.
oh, gotcha.
Apparently, just LA is the worst place on the planet to be. Unless you're a rich, white, straight male who loves little boys.
No,
Wait.
just ignore it. We'll move forward.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a couple more here. Andy, I'm sick. Should I drink 7-Up and rub Vapor Rub?
Rub Vapor Rub, get some Vicks, put some Vicks on it, drink a lot of Sprite and Gatorade.
That was from Lakers
Cure
Shed.
cancer.
Lakers Shed 2432.
Lakers head.
Lakers Shed.
Shed.
Lakers head.
Ass. Shed.
It really is like your shit.
No.
I just don't respect him.
Cool Greg
Cool Greg doesn't
him.
respect
And guess what,
you.
Lakers Head? If Cool Greg doesn't respect you, your name is Lakers Shed from now on. It sucks.
No,
but I'll probably
it's
forget that
Lakers
joke
Head.
by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hello, Shock Shade says, Nick! Hello.
Oh, you're just saying hello.
Yeah, he just says hello. That's it.
Yeah.
River City Ransom says Sprite.
Yeah. Put some Sprite on it.
Blanket Fort
Put a
83
lemon.
says, Nick, where'd you get that CGI cup? I love this cup. And that is exactly what it looks like. It looks like an untextured object in 3D.
Yeah.
I love it. This is Starbucks. I got this, and then I bought the straw in a straw set, so it was my colors.
Oh, it's actually hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not plastic. It's like it's a real thing. But I'm into matte, right?
I love
like
it.
if I ever buy a cool sports car, I'm gonna get it matte.
What kind of sports car?
If I had my dream sports car,
Like a Camry or...
I would get a souped up 2006 Honda Accord V6. Just souped up.
Tight, dude.
12 years, 13 years old, so it's broken in.
Are you stealing my thing?
Yeah.
Is that
I
your
hate
thing?
you.
Is that your thing?
No, Honda Accord.
No, I know it's a different card. I get that.
Well, you want a souped up M3. That's a real car.
No, I said a Supra, an 87 Supra.
That's a real car. My joke is that I'm going to get the exact car I have right now, which is a giant
An
piece of
06
shit,
Honda.
which needs a new oil pan, apparently.
What is wrong with
Your
you?
car,
Can you stop?
every week his car is just...
My car looks like your car is inside.
Yeah, that's a great point.
It's true.
That's a
Very true.
great
No,
point.
Kevin, I almost called you on this one and had you negotiate for me because they called me to do. I did an oil change, not a Jiffy Lube, because everyone's like, stop taking it to Jiffy Lube.
good.
Took it to the place that did my tires. Good guys, and they proved good, by the way. Calls me up and says, hey, just so you know, the screw is stripped. Like the threading is a little bit stripped. It happens sometimes. We're going to try to put a bigger bolt in it, but it's possible that this won't work, and at some point you might have to get a whole new oil pan.
They could just call Camry. No, what's
Toyota.
the manufacturer?
Honda.
Honda, and order a new bolt.
The
That's
old
what they did.
Camry Accord.
So they were like, it's probably gonna work, but over time, because the pans are aluminum, he's like, the threading will just wear out on this, and you can't get a bigger bolt beyond this, so you'll have to do that.
You see my new sweater?
I like it actually a lot.
Yeah.
Get on here.
How about you get over
on to
here?
people. Go to what is it? Kindoffunny.com/extra life, and get you one of these sweaters. That's nice. You did something right with your life.
Man, we're like the same shade.
Same shade of awesome.
I feel like I'm like you've got a little bit more blue. More blue.
Like
to
we
you,
could,
you know
like
what I mean?
whose arm is whose?
Whose arm's whose? Nobody knows. Whose arm's who?
Hey,
Mystery
I'm
Yasman 300 said
We said
Nick.
our skin color.
I was
thought
gonna
you
say,
were talking
I'm
about
thinking something. I thought you were gonna like, huh?
Here's what I want to do. Mystery Yasman 300 says, Nick, if you were to pitch a TV show for Netflix, what would it be? Let's go around the room. What would yours be?
My TV show for Netflix would be, I've said this a million times, an Overwatch series.
Interesting.
CG.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What about you? What would you want to see
So
on
mine
Netflix?
is an HBO pitch, right?
But it's Netflix. We're
Yeah,
pitching
yeah,
Netflix.
but
You
it's-
can't go and be like, I
you want
pitched this to HBO
HBO
first.
I mean,
I like
I'd
them better than you.
rather HBO, but like
But you can do everything on Netflix. You can do on HBO.
they're not gonna do it.
Okay, what is
Game.
it?
Ender's Game, and each year of him being in school is a season, and it's really like, oh man.
Now,
real
do you go
violent
on
and
beyond
shit.
that and go into all the other weird
Yeah.
books outside of that?
Yeah. Well, depending
Speaker
on
for the Dead
depending
and-
on the success of the like 3 seasons or 4 seasons that we would have.
Yeah. I think it'd be good.
yeah,
If HBO did it, it'd be great.
It gets really weird.
My
other
pitch
books.
would have been, before they made it on AMC, Preacher. I think Preacher on Netflix would have been fucking amazing. I think it would have been good on HBO as well. AMC, I haven't watched the show. Don't know. But you watch it, right? No.
No.
Who watched it with? Who talking with? Who was I talking to last week about it? We have a guest.
Bruce.
Bruce. That's right. Bruce liked it. But I feel like either that. Yeah, that's what I would have pitched. Let's go into subscriber only mode right now. We'll talk to the golden children, and then we'll be out. We'll go get some Mexican food. It's gonna be fucking fantastic. Nope, that was wrong. What's up, Kev?
Nothing. I was gonna say something, but then I hiccuped, and I was.
And while we're changing into subs, remember, kindoffunny.com/store. You can buy the shirts that I designed with my bare hands. Every t-shirt is me drawing on a shirt with marker. I've only made 4 so far, okay?
Strider1985 says, make it super anti-gay too. I think he's talking about Ender's Game. But he might be talking about Preacher.
Oh, Orson Scott Card was a homophobic
fucking
asshole.
hated.
I mean,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's a
He was also an
homophobic piece of
Anglophile. He hated like British people too, right?
Yeah, he
I
don't
don't
like
know.
foreigners.
He does not like anyone that's not American.
Xenophobe.
One of my former teachers was really close friends with him, and they would like go over for family dinners, and he'd be like, yeah, he'd sometimes go into like, he'd be the crazy uncle at the parties that would talk
sucks.
about anti-gay shit. And all of us just like, oh,
The man writes a good book, though. You know what I
Ender's
mean?
Game is great. That's always. I think we've done that topic.
yeah, they
before.
said that about
We did.
Hitler in his fucking book too.
No,
But
they
I do
didn't.
want- I do at some
they
point
did. They
want
were
to do
like,
that
this book
topic.
is really dark. We did do that topic.
We did do that topic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Can you like love? Like,
How do you separate?
Can you separate the
how do you
artist
separate
from
the
the
artist and the
piece
art?
of shit?
It's hard to. I'll be honest. I don't think I can. It's hard for me to. Like I'm going back and like any movie that Harvey Weinstein's done. It's hard to
Really?
not watch that through the lens of. Well, yeah, because I read this article before the show started about.
Don't they just give money to people?
Yeah, but he's the one that makes the movies happen. And so, like, I was reading an article written by Robert Rodriguez, and he was talking about Rose McGowan and how basically he killed her career
That sucks.
It sucks. And he not only that, but he tried to kill Grindhouse because Robert Rodriguez cast her in it as a fuck you to him, which is weird and crazy. Anyway.
What a psychopath.
Well, he's power, man. Power, absolute power corrupts absolute. That's why I'm glad I have none.
A couple years ago, Mace snitched. It really confused me. I didn't know if I should like his music.
Mace the rapper?
What did he do? He snitched?
Yeah.
On who?
Like the streets.
Stop
King
asking
of
questions.
Future came back.
Oh, right. Mace became religious, and then so he snitched on the streets.
Okay.
I feel you on that, dude.
It's hard. It's tough. It's
Who's
tough.
hot? Who's not?
It's
Tell me
difficult.
who's
It's
hot?
difficult
Who
to
said on the
separate.
floor?
It's difficult to separate the art from the man, and it's true, or woman in this in certain cases.
Can I say something else?
Sure, go for it.
Say something else, cool,
About
Greg.
pitching shows.
Yeah, give it
Pitching
to him.
I'm taking
shows.
so much shows. I'm taking American Vandal.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be us trying to convince my PO that I didn't do it.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
So,
But
Cool Greg.
We
so
know beyond
they
a
didn't
shadow
hear
of a
that.
doubt that maybe you did it, though,
Oh,
right?
he has the camera footage.
Okay.
They
But
probably
you-
didn't hear that. So, Cool Greg wants to pitch an American Vandal-like show where he does the graffiti, and it's us trying to convince his parole officer that he did not do the graffiti. Probation officer, that he did not do the graffiti, even though
So wait,
he has clear footage of all of the
isn't
instances
that just
of him doing
100%
graffiti.
American Vandal?
I don't know. It's-
But they didn't have tape of it.
No, they didn't have tape of it. They didn't know who did the dicks.
The probation officer has all of the tape.
They didn't know who did the
And
dicks.
it's our job to try to convince him. And that's like, oh, he's basically wants to be his lawyers.
Wait, fuck, how did that... You tell me offhand. I forget how it ended.
No, stop.
No, don't tell me. Don't
tell
tell
you
me.
I don't know yet.
Later, tell me. Let's take a few more. Who was it? Say
Nick.
Brian McBride said Nick saw Killing of a Sacred Deer this weekend. It was great.
Oh,
I do want to see
really?
that. It looks fucking amazing. It's one of those though. I'm gonna be honest. That's gonna be a DVR rental probably, or
What if we
when
just
it's on
go
HBO.
today? What if we just go today?
I don't. That's not. I'm having a great day.
Ooh, Sir Citadel.
That's one of those movies that you know is gonna like kill your day.
Sir Citadel makes a great point. I want a World War Z series on HBO. Like that's more, I guess, true to what the book
I don't know.
was.
The movie was pretty interesting.
Which one?
So.
World War Z,
Oh, interesting.
where the book is like, you know, the
You're
book,
not gonna get that. You're
the
gonna
book
get
is a
another
bunch of
movie.
different points of view, but that's what they want from an HBO for their pitch.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Oh, cool.
Where every episode is like, oh, this is this person's story, and this
Right.
is this person. Yeah.
And Alexander 50 says, will the kind of funny blue zip-up hoodie ever come back to the store? We're working on it.
We really
the
are.
issue, and we've said it before, but I'll run you guys through the merch issues that we've had. There's been one
Tim.
big thing. Mostly Tim's dealing with this, but
Yeah.
American Apparel used to provide all of our blanks. American Apparel went under.
No.
So what?
Got sold.
They got
I
sold.
thought it got
and
sold because they were in bankruptcy.
No, I believe it got bought out by another company, and they just were like,
And then they
"Nah,
just
we don't
said-
want this to exist anymore."
We should look that up because I thought financially they were not doing well. And they just got bought out based on like...
I'm on it.
Get it up. Anyway, either way, American Apparel, not a thing anymore. Which, if you were a fan of their ad campaigns, is unfortunate. But they did sell that particular color cyan hoodie, and we are looking for another blank. We want to bring it back. We're trying to bring back more hoodies to the store and more hats to the store as well.
We
So,
have found similar cyan hoodies that are not quite.
They're not
it.
the right color.
Ultimately, we're probably going to bring the stopgap for it. We'll probably bring a black hoodie to the store. That's a nice, like a good black with maybe the blue logo or white logo. And go from there.
Think of like how Link is in Zelda, and then there's
Blue
like,
Tunic
and then
Link.
there's like Dark Link.
Yeah.
And it's like the darker version of him.
Yeah.
This is like what that hoodie would be. It's like the dark world, negative world version of our hoodie.
Shrub Tim has some conflicting facts here. He says, Nick, you do in fact have lots of power because you are the keeper of 97 things.
You are.
Fuck, I
That's a
forgot.
lot
I do
of
have
things,
power.
dude.
over
Why is
Andy.
the store still up?
No idea.
I don't know.
Like those jeans though.
Yeah, you could still go in the store because I've still bought hoodies from like Amazon.
Man, all of their photos look like they just look so scandalous. It's just so creepy when you see the photos of there. Spacetime Day says, Nick, what should I have for lunch? Mexican food. And Alexander 50 says, thank you. You're right. You're welcome.
Remember when we started the show today and we were like, hey, let's make it a quick show. Let's make it an actual 45-minute show like it's intended to be.
Yeah.
And we're just here, just shooting the shit.
The
I
thing
like
about it is this.
I
and
like it.
A lot of people have given me the feedback of like, hey, maybe you guys
Oh,
should.
I'm sorry, Nick. You were right.
What's that?
They declare bankruptcy.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought. But
I'm trying to get on the table somehow.
good to know. It's unfortunate because I actually like American Apparel. There was one in my neighborhood, so whenever I needed like really shitty '80s style clothes, I would go over there and get it. Also, I was a fan of their hoodies. Like,
Their
and I
hoodie-
didn't-
yeah.
they're
No,
not bad
I mean,
hoodies.
their hoodies and shirts were amazing.
I used to buy the skinny jeans, but then they ended up being too expensive,
Yeah,
and I
they're
could get the
very
same thing for like half price.
The quality was really high on them.
A lot of people have said, hey, why don't you guys switch Games Daily and the morning show, because the morning show always goes over, and you want to just hang out and talk to people.
So it'd be the
entire
Daily Show and Kind of Funny Games morning?
We can't call it the Daily Show.
Come on.
No, we'll just keep calling them what they're called.
We can call it the Daily
We
Show.
used to call a show Up at Noon.
The Kind of Funny Daily
and
Show.
we would post it every day by accident at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
By accident.
It was the first year of Up at Noon. We tried to get that fucking thing up at noon every day, but there was always an export problem or some stupid problem, and it was always up like super late.
Andy, your
And Greg
expert
would be
thoughts
pissed.
on last night's World Series game. Well,
You have
I'm glad the
5
Astros
seconds,
won,
go.
but then also one of the Astros guys made a racist thing towards one of the
Oh God! Did he do the thing
pitchers.
like this?
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
Fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot.
Why would you do that? Why
and
would
so
you
he
do-
was supposed to be
Did he
suspended
get
for
in
the rest of the
trouble?
World Series.
Yeah, but they're like, oh,
but
okay,
he
no.
appealed it, and then they made him. They're making it to where he's suspended the first 6 games of next season.
I'd much rather take a suspension in the first 6 games of next season than the fucking World Series.
Sure, yeah.
But that sucks because that's gonna mar that dude's career. At least this win if they win.
Well,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be a fucking idiot.
This
then.
isn't
He
new
probably
chair,
shouldn't be throwing out.
and I really like it.
Yeah, he shouldn't be throwing out
you like the
racial
new chair?
epithets.
I love this chair, dude. Look at how I bounce on it.
Andy, that's how they get broke.
Don't break it.
Don't
Andy.
broke it.
Don't broke it. Okay. They get broke like.
Nick, do they play games in the RGV? Here, let me tell you.
They don't play no games.
That's right. In the RGV, we don't play no games. We don't play no games. Can you put it on that?
That's it.
Can you put that on?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so
YouTube.
much for bearing with us today. I know it's been a long
Fallen
day of streaming.
Angels.
It's been awesome to see everyone in the chat. I apologize we didn't go over any gaming news right now, but you guys probably got your fill of it. If you missed, for whatever reason, the Kind of Funny Games Daily, which was before this show, it will be posted, if not already posted, because Cool Greg's fucking on it. Very, very soon. This will also be posted very soon. If you're watching this on
said no.
YouTube, thank you so much. Make sure you like this video. Subscribe to our channel. We love it when you subscribe, so you know you're kept up to date as to when we post these fucking things. And if you got a friend named Andy, tell him our Andy says hi,
Why?
because that's cool.
Yeah, put it full screen.
We're gonna get claimed.
No, we're not.
We're gonna get a claim for this.
Not for you
What is
kidding
this?
me?
What is this
But you have to
shit?
fast forward to like a minute in. Right there. And
is
bust up the volume. Cool, Greg. Where's it?
We'll take you out on this. These guys look like they play a lot of games. I'll be honest with you, these guys look like they play nothing but games. I bet if you went to their house,
Like
they'd be playing
burrito eating
PlayStation right
contest.
now. Oh, we're fat shaming right now.
No, yeah,
Andy, that's not
yeah.
cool. We're culturally, that's not cool.
Do I look like I'm part of their crew?
Why? Because you're... I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.